Lads and gents, it feels like a trap. We are trapped. I don't know if we're trapped, but we were trapped from the beginning. Energy got trapped within matter. Okay, what I'm about to tell you is a new revelation. Okay, there's three keys. It's like the key, the golden key to the absolute truth. What I see objectively and can be observed is that the first third is it's Ouroboros like in nature, this reality which is eating itself. I already know that, and I've studied this deeply, and I can see that all sentience has fangs that eat shit. Okay, everything needs to steal life force from other feeling organisms, even trees, plants, grass, everything that's green, all the organic matter in the universe, all the animals, all the fish, all the bacteria and humans, Homo sapien animals, steals life forces from other feeling organisms. It's Ouroboros like in nature, because it's a mind that's controlling the show, and it's the puppet master. That's the two thirds. But there's another third which I've been missing, which I see now. And what I'm about to tell you, some of you people might not believe me, but this is now what I see. I saw a video on this a couple of years ago, but it slipped my mind because I didn't know what I know now, that it's Ouroboros like in nature, and everything is eating shit. This reality is eating itself. It can be observed objectively. Okay, this is not picking out of my ass. This is an objective sense. This reality, it's eating itself. Okay, so here's the thing: whether we're trapped or not, meaning I got a comment from a new ager saying that, stop saying that you're trapped, your mental health, blah blah blah. Listen, this reality is evil as fuck. It's eating itself. Okay, I'm only interested in the truth. Whether it affects my mental health or not, don't give a shit. This is my purpose, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, there are fear in this world. Okay, listen, this reality is eating itself. It is Ouroboros like in nature. And there's a mind that's influencing and manipulating people's perception. That's why I say it's the puppet master, because it's puppeting. It's sentience which it created for itself to feed upon the sentience that's got nervous system. Central nervous systems has been given to you to make you nervous. Are you nervous enough? Okay, I hope so. We're walking around the central nervous systems. What the fuck? Creating sentient programs within your game just so that you can, with all these needs, all these psychological and emotional needs, just so that you can deprive them of those needs. Okay, first off, this entity, which is very complex, like I mentioned yesterday or the other video, very complex entity which is sucking on your brain, feeding on your misery, eating your flesh from within your cells. That's why your cells need to regenerate through its microbes, microorganisms, which is eating your cells continuously. Hey, listen, I'm telling you what it is. Okay, and also it is manipulating our perception, how you view this world. I don't know why there's only a few conscious peeps in this world that can look at this reality and see, holy shit, this reality is evil as fuck. Why isn't there more people that can look at this shit and say this reality it's evil, it's worse than evil, it's indifference. Apathy leads to psychopathy, leads to suffering. But like I said, there might be two minds at play here. So hold on, let me explain. This psycho is all matter in the universe. It's got awareness. And this awareness is frozen. I wouldn't say frozen energy, but yeah, the energy is contained within the matter, the physicality. Like I said, energy is trapped within physicality, meaning that only means that there is two minds at play here. There's two minds. What the fuck would this be? put in the effort to reveal itself, to come to me in a vision, telepathically, communicate to me telepathically, I am not speaking out of my ass. I had this experience, and this is why I'm searching my ass off and sharing you with my experiences regarding to the nature of this reality, which we are in now. Why the fuck would this being put in the effort to show one of its nobody little puppets, one of his puppets, that is controlling people's perception? He's puppeting people, he's puppeting animals, bacteria, fishes, birds, trees, grass, plants, everything that is alive, living things. It's puppeting living things. There's no really such thing as non-living things, because everything has got awareness. This is one giant, big giant awareness. This whole thing is consciousness, motherfucker. This is what I'm saying. But it's making copies of itself. It's dividing itself. This single, but hold on. Here's the thing. I'm telling you, I am one of the first to figure this shit out. To the third part of the golden key, to the secrets of this universe, this reality. I'm telling you what it is. It is Ouroboros-like in nature. This reality is eating itself. And also, secondly, it's puppeting and manipulating people's perception. Because we are transfers from this being. Your body is, physicality, biological, organic matter. But it was a transfer. But for some unknown reason, there is more energy within some of us, which you might refer to as being conscious. And that energy which we have within us, I think, is trying to tell us, hold on, there's something off about this reality, there's something off about this existence. I'm sorry, there's something off. It's not a love and light story. I cannot unsee. If some of you people want to tell me, you're not trapped, or stop doing this, stop searching, your mental health is on the line, is declined, I don't give a shit. I can see there's something off about this existence, and I am telling you what I see objectively. Okay, so let me not go off track here. The third part of the key is, this is gonna blow everything out of the water. Oh my god. Like I said before I say it, some of you might not believe me. Someone sent a video yesterday on Discord. Credit to delusional trickery or connective sides. But I saw that video a couple of years ago, but it slipped my mind because I don't know what I know now. But now it's adding the piece of the puzzle. It's adding to make the picture more clear. So listen, what I'm about to tell you is gonna blow the shit out of the water, at least to an extent, because we're getting close. It wasn't half. It was third, three parts. It's a third. It's Ouroboros-like nature. Second part is that it is manipulating sentience and their perception and whatnot as much as possible. And thirdly, it is it is fungi. It is mycelium, which is a form of fungi, mushrooms, all the green shit that's eating everything. It is it's a mold. Like if you leave bread outside for more than a couple of days and you didn't put it in the fridge, whatever, it starts to get mold, right? That mold doesn't even the air has got mold. Fungi and mycelium form of fungi. There's green shit. So mycelium will grow on the side of your shower, if you haven't noticed, on the roof, everywhere where there's humidity. It thrives in humidity because humidity, the molecules within water, is like a type of oxygen to revive the frozen fungi. So what I'm saying is, physicality is fungi. It's a living being and it can be observed. I'm not crazy. I am telling you what it is. It is Ouroboros-like nature. It's puppeting sentience. I think it's struggling to puppet the sentience which is more conscious, that the energy is trying to tell us, wake us up, if you will, knocking at our door, because our body, our flesh, our decaying flesh, being eaten by the fungi from within, the microbes. And that's also where cancer comes from. It's all fungi. This whole thing is fungi. It's a parasite. We are inside what you will call a parasite. The parasite is eating itself to get to the energy it needs to sustain itself. I am telling you what it is. This is what it is. I am convinced of it. I can see it with my mind's eye. It's green. It wants to reveal itself to me. I mean, as it wants to come across as male by nature, male. But the energy that I feel is more like female in nature. So it's a male and a female. This is why I created the game, male and female. The energy is female. And the psycho is male. That's why I refer to him not just only as it, but he. He is the being. He appeared to me as a male. The creator of the game is the psycho. It's all matter in the universe, and it's eating itself to get to the energy. The energy is trapped within matter, and matter is fungi. Fungi is eating. It's eating everything. It's eating the tree trunks, the roots. It's in the air that we breathe. It can come across as benign. It can lay in your body for many years and then starts to activate and cause cancers and sickness and illnesses. But it's full. All your body is made out of atoms, and those atoms is like fungi. Everything is fungi. Metal, wood. I know this sounds crazy, but I don't give a shit. This is what I see now. At least we're getting close. Okay, metal, wood, glass, plastic, everything is fungi. Is on a microscopic level, is the shit running around is fungi cells. That's bacteria. That bacteria is the parasite that is feeding off of the energy which is trapped within itself. This whole thing is a containment station. Something is containing this parasite and we are trapped within this parasite. Oh my God. This is what I see. I don't know. I mean, this is what I see. What the fuck? What the fuck am I supposed to do with this information? So yeah, I'm telling you, we are getting close. It's fungi. Now that even when you walk outside, you can see the mold. Or the mycelium, if I pronounce that word correctly. You can see it in the between the rocks, the bricks. You can see it on tree trunks, on the stem at the bottom, and throughout, the whole tree at the side. There's green spots, black spots on the roof of your bathroom. It's all fungi. It's the fungi which is connected to the hive mind. It's a giant awareness. It's communicating with this. It's the tentacles of this being, the source. The source is all matter in the universe. It's controlling the show, and we are copies of this beast. But the conscious ones has the energy, like I said, even more so, or evidently within their bodies. That it's trying to wake us up, I think. The energy trapped within matter, and matter is not necessarily frozen energy like I previously thought, which I said in the video yesterday, but matter, like a piece of rock, is frozen fungi. Fungi is everything. It's contained within matter. Like I said, if you leave a bread outside and starts to mold. That mold didn't come from outside. It came from within the bread. Because the bread started accumulating humidity, and it unfrozen the fungi and it start eating the bread. That's why it's not just, its job is not just to decompose all dead things. It is within us while we are alive, and it is eating us. It's just when you die, it's still eating your ass, but you don't intake nutrients from animal products and plants. You regenerate your cells. That's why your body decomposes, because you've stopped eating. You stop to eat. Your heart doesn't beat anymore. So to keep your cells active. So the microbes, which is this being, which I refer to as God, this reality, the second God, which trapped the first God energy within itself, matter, equals fungi. It's eating your cells. It continues to eat your cells, but the heart doesn't beat anymore for oxygen, your blood, white blood cells, red blood cells, platelets, to keep your cells in your immune system fighting to regenerate your cells. Your cells doesn't regenerate anymore if your heart stops. And the fungi, which is connected to the source, which is part of the source, is continue to eat your cells, and that's where your body decomposes. So it's not just for decomposing. Fungi is eating everything. It's an unseen enemy. This is why we are dealing with an enemy which we cannot see, because they are fighting, they are eating us from a microscopic level, from a quantum level. The quantum level, our bodies are filled with fungi and mycelium and whatnot. I mean, the bacteria, the cells, the fungi cells that is appearing as good cells, but they're infiltrators, and they can shapeshift, they can, and they eat your cells. But if you Google those things, science will just say, no, it's part of the nature process to regenerate yourself, to create new skin cells and what. And no, it is eating you. That's why your body degrades. There's no reason for you and I to get old, because there's no time. Time don't make sense, motherfucker. Time that exists, energy cannot be destroyed because it was never created. It's not the energy that's eating itself, it's the matter, which the property, the mass is a property of matter. Energy only has mass because it's trapped within matter, physicality. But if there's a way to extract or to split the two, energy would not have mass. It's massless, I believe, because it's not physicality. Physicality has mass. Consciousness has mass because it's trapped within physicality. But like I said, energy was before physicality, before matter. That only means it doesn't have mass and doesn't have a specific form. It's like what soul trappers refer to as spirit or soul. But I don't necessarily like to use the word spirit or soul, because it cannot be observed, right? So I like to use the word energy, because that can be observed. Nothing can move or shape or change shape, or go from point A to B without energy. Everything needs energy to survive, to sustain itself. And this is what this parasite is doing to us. It's feeding on our energy. All matter universe contain energy within it, and it's eating itself in order to get to that energy, to sustain itself physically, meaning it can die. But how the fuck do you extract energy out of physicality, out of a physical object, out of matter? How the fuck do you do that? I don't know, but this is what it is. It's Ouroboros-like in nature. This reality is eating itself. Secondly, it's puppeting sentience. I wouldn't say, maybe, like I said, if you want to have hope, maybe this is the hope, that it's puppeting as much as it can. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense. There's only a few in this world that are conscious. And why would this being go out of its way to reveal itself, himself or itself to me, to an extent, which it did. Okay, it did. It's the creator of the game. There's only one consciousness, but there's making copies of itself. But now that I see, what if they steal? Because this being could have, what it revealed itself to me to an extent, what I can also observe. But what if it doesn't want to tell me, because it didn't want to tell me why it created the game. So I think maybe it created the game to feed upon the energy of the other consciousness. So meaning there's two consciousness at play here. There's two sources here. The one source is trapped within physicality, which is the fungi. Everything is eating. The fungi is eating the roots of trees, and it's in the ground. It's the air that we breathe. It's in our bones. It's eating our cells. It continues to eat us when our bodies decompose. It's the fungi, mycelium, which is a form of fungi, fungus, and mold. It's everywhere. I'm telling you, it's even eating rock. If you've been to the coast, you can see, those green spots on the rocks, and it's like holes in the rocks. It's eating rocks because energy is contained within matter, and a piece of rock is matter, and in that rock, which is frozen fungi, the fungi eating itself in order to get to the energy it needs to sustain itself. I'm telling you what it is. We're getting close as fuck, motherfucker. Anyway, let me know what you think. Peace. I'm serious, motherfucker. Okay. So what I see is, I do see this objectively. Objectively, I see this. So, like I said, I only want to speak on things that I can observe myself. I don't want to speak wishful thinking, give false hope. I don't want to give false hope. I don't talk about cartoon characters and whatnot, but this is what I see, and it can be observed. Now, I believe there is something that's trying to wake us up, if you know what I mean. Okay, so this is hypothesis, okay? Don't use my words against me. I'm gonna speak on hypothesis. Okay, this reality could be a simulation, but not in a computer sense. In a sense of it is an real organic simulation, an organic world, real. Physicality is real, it's not on a computer. It's a real not created, but a transfer from the real source. And what happened was, it's similar to genotism, but I don't want to use it also, because this is my own take. Because I'm going my own way. I'm solo. I'm a lone wanderer. You know what I mean? I'm going my own way. I don't want to go to any particular belief or mass, a group, or cult. You know what I mean? This is just my take. What if the energy that was before matter was suffering, like the god of Egypt, Atum, was suffering from loneliness and boredom, and he wanted to create a mate, did a transfer out of its own consciousness, because everything is consciousness, and this new consciousness, which I refer to as the artificial god, the matter, which it was kept alive by the real source. Its energy gave it life, and it rebelled, and it stole the energy of the real source, and it trapped that energy within itself. And this parasite became parasitic. This parasite is being contained by the real source. And the parasite, which is fungi, cosmic mildew, like I'm going to upload a video, I'm going to show you what I mean. If you don't believe me, do your own research. Okay. This parasite is being contained by the real source, which is trying to wake us up. And this being that appeared to me last year is the psycho, this parasite, to throw me off track. You can say, like I said, I never said that I fully believe him. I just want to speak on what I can observe. And people are being puppeted. I can see it. It's a hive mind. People believe in the most simple, most bullshit things ever. You know what I mean? That's why I say never stop searching. You never know. Do not even believe me. Do your own research. But this is my take. To date, March 2026. And I believe we're getting close. This parasite is being contained by the real source. And we are the energy that... Okay, I believe... I see energy within matter, within all matter. So, but some objects, including organic matter, has more energy than other objects. And those who has more energy within them, because this parasite is stealing our energy. And the ones that's got more energy than usual, than the mass, are being puppeted only to an extent. And the energy within us is trying to wake us up, which is connected to the real source and is setting from beyond the simulation, which closed the door on us, because this parasite is being contained. If it opens the door, if you know what I mean, of the simulation, like I said, not a computer sense, a real organic simulation, like we cannot even fathom. It's millions of years more advanced than the tech that we have today. It's like I said, it's a real organic world, but a simulation nonetheless, because this being, this psycho, was a transfer out of the original, the one with no beginning, the real energy, which you and I are offsprings of. And this parasite is recycling us, is preventing us from exiting the simulation to go back to the real source, which is setting. It can't how can I say, destroy this parasite from outside, because the essence, which we are, some of us, which holds more, has more energy, which the energy is more prominent within some of us. That's why I believe, well, like I say, this is our hypothesis, that we are conscious and see there's something off about this reality. Which no, the mass don't ask the questions. What the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? And the energy which is more prominent within us, that's why we're conscious, is asking the questions. And the energy is trying to wake us up. And that we are being recycled by the parasite, which is being contained by the real source. That's why Sophia and the other, whatever name you want to call it, doesn't really have a name. It's just there's two consciousnesses at play here. And the real consciousness is our source cannot come to our rescue, because if it opens the door of the simulation, if you will, the organic simulation, this universe is massive, then it will infect our source as well. Then we're fucked. Then we can't exit. And the only way to get out is when our bodies pass away, we get transferred at the, let's say, if you will, at the door or at the gate of the simulation, the walls of the prison. And at the walls we should exit somehow, I'm not sure. And I'm not talking about near-death experiences. Near-death experiences and astral projections are alien abductions, these creator entities, which is the personnel of this universe, which is direct manifestations of the psycho, the fungi matter god, the psychopath, which is puppeting his own NPCs. I believe it can only puppet us to an extent. It's still beating our heart, because our bodies our bodies, our decaying flesh, are made in the image of this beast. This beast is the psycho, which appeared to me, which is Ouroboros like in nature, and is eating itself to get to the energy it needs to sustain itself. That's why it needs us. It needs the conscious ones. It's recycling it's recycling us, you know what I mean? And it's eating that energy for survival, because we die, our bodies dies. Yeah, okay, let me not go off track. I just want to say our bodies, decaying flesh, are made in the image of the beast. The beast has a mouth that eats and shits out life and death cycles. It plays the game through life and death cycles. Like I said, they never taught me why it created the game. And this is why it stole the real source's energy. And the real source couldn't extract energy out of the matter god, which it did the transfer to create a mate for itself, because the real source was probably suffering from loneliness or boredom, wanted a mate for itself, because that deep down inside, the one yearning for goodness, the one that says, I want to go home, this is not my home, this reality is not my home, I want to go home, you know what I mean? Even though it cannot be observed, listen, this is hypothesis, okay? I just want to add the top of what I know now as a hypothesis. So do not use my words against me, please. But this is what I see as a possibility, that this parasite is being contained by the real source, and it cannot open the door to come to our rescue, because it will affect the source, the real source. And then we cannot escape. It'll just recycle all of us over and over and over again while it eats our decaying flesh, which our bodies are copies of this beast, which the Ouroboros eating us from within, the fungi, the mildew, cosmic mildew, and whatnot, the mycelium, mold. That it's a living entity. I'm telling you what it is. Mildew, cosmic mildew. I'm gonna upload this video and you'll see for yourself. It's cosmic scale. It's a beast. It's out of control. It's a psychopathic by nature, and it's got male energy to it. It's like male energy. It wants to appear. That's why it appeared to me as a male, because as dominant, it wants to play God. It's eating the real God. The real God is the energy trapped within matter, which is frozen fungi. Don't believe me? Do your own research. This is what I see now, on top of what I see objectively, and it can be observed, okay, to date, unless I miss some points. But yeah, so let me not, like I said, go off track too much. These cars, yeah. So this parasite has been contained, and we're stuck with this parasite within this game. This, yeah, I don't know, so holographic, but it's a physical. Okay, it's half true that it can be holographic, but it's physical. That's why I say the physical God. So I wouldn't say holographic, but let me say this: if we find a way, if I think the only way to escape, then, if we are truly trapped, okay, if we are trapped, hey, the moment, the window, the small window that we have, because this parasite might be recycling us. Who knows? Reincarnation, whatever, you know, or a reset of your character. The moment your liberation starts, at the moment of the death of your character. Your character, your program, your body is running a program. When a program stops, then your energy leaves, because energy, then the body decomposes, because the fungi decomposes. It continues to eat your ass from within, the psycho god, the matter god. It continues to eat that what energy is left of it within your body. But as soon as it goes in the ground, dust, all the energy has left. Where do you think that energy goes? Which is our consciousness. Motherfucker, we can't die. This psycho is recycling us. We are, I'm telling you, I'm starting to wake up now. I think there's hope. I don't know. Am I speaking out of, I don't know. There might just be hope. Something is trying to wake us the fuck up and say, hey, this parasite is being contained by something, and it's not opening the door to come to our rescue. No one is coming to our aid, because it cannot. It will infect what is left of the source, and then we're truly fucked, because the one that's trying to wake us up and giving us clues and visions and yeah, there's something off, is our true, the energy which is connected to the real source, which goes from beyond assimilation. which I don't know. Some people refer to the pleroma, even though I cannot observe it. I'm just saying, this is hypothesis. Now, do not use my words against me. I believe that there's a possibility that this fungi parasite, the psycho matter god, is being contained by the real source. And there's a few of us that are being used by real source to help, that got keys to this shit, to what's really going on, in order to get the fuck out. Because this is not a home. This one saying it's a fake reality. There's no free will. We're running programs, but I think our limited free will, if you will, is now that I see that this being obviously could have lied, they said, the creative thoughts, but he showed me the future of specific individuals while I was alive. He took me into the future, but that was the future of my family members, which are good NPCs. They're NPCs. They are being puppeted by the psycho god, the fungi, which there are only a selection in this world which are not being puppeted by the fungi god, that are real. Well, their bodies are still running programs, but they've got this limited awareness within them that most likely does go beyond this world. I'm just saying, maybe there's hope, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, this study, look at that video uploaded called Cosmic Mildew, and come to your own conclusion and see this thing that's eating itself, eating at our asses, and that our bodies are made in the image of the beast. Mouth, ass, and reproductive. Life, death, and rebirth. This is what's going on here, and I'm telling you, we're getting close. So, we're getting close. Oh, I also want to add, just tell Joshua, is John, that he can, I've unblocked him. Like, we can meet each other in the middle, as long as, I don't mind anyone disagreeing. I don't mind at all, as long as we keep it respectful. Because he's a humble one. I like him. But the others like philosophers and Shango is a bit too prideful for me. I mean, I don't like pride. We gotta humble ourselves. But anyway, yeah, and there's nothing to do with religion. There's nothing. And I speak about things that I can observe and what happened to me, and I just share. And if it makes sense, then I'll continue to make videos on that particular subject. But this is what I see to date, 26 March. Okay, so I believe we're getting close. Energy can live apart from matter. Matter needs energy to survive. So this reality is one single consciousness that is dividing itself and is puppeting its own puppets within the game. But there's only a few in this world that can actually see this, or they can question this shit. That's the limited awareness that goes from beyond the simulation, this world, this organic, this universe, that's been controlled by the psycho. So maybe I was wrong when he appeared to me and he lied to me. He told me what he said made sense, because kind of expressed myself according to what he told me, and he did prove to me this. He's controlling the show. The matter god is controlling the show, because the energy can't do much, because it's trapped within the matter. That's why the matter is eating matter, and matter is consciousness. But the matter god is the artificial consciousness, which got sparked at the Big Bang, I think, or whenever, billions of years, and we are trying to escape this fuckfest, this parasite, out of this hellhole, one at a time. And something is trying to wake us the fuck up. Say, hey, something is wrong, get the fuck out. And so it was, I think, that vision which I saw was abducted. I don't know, it showed me, and then now it told me, yeah, it's puppeting us, what. Yes, reality is beating our hearts, keeping us alive. But I cannot say for sure if all of our thoughts are being controlled. Maybe the conscious ones generate their own thoughts to an extent, which comes from our real source. So I'm just saying, what if there's two consciousness at play here, and the real consciousness that had no beginning is trapped within physicality, which is this psycho, this beast, and the real, which are copies of, we are copies. We've got this spark, this essence, this one asking the questions. Why is the mass not asking the questions? Think about it, man. An NPC cannot wake the fuck up because they are being 100% puppeted by the psycho god. So yeah, I mean, maybe there's hope. I don't know. I'm just saying, abandon hope all year who enter here, but who knows. This is my take on it. But yeah, look at that video, Cosmic Mildew, and check. This beast is chowing at our asses. It's eating everything to get to the energy it needs to sustain itself. That's fuck this. Anyway, peace.
My story today about a monster that is around. It is almost everywhere. In the earth, in the water, in the air, in the rocks, in the trees, in the teeth, in the guts, and in the forest and in the nose. It pierces us with its nasty tentacles and sows everywhere its spore. From her suffer and slowly die trees, plants, animals, people. She is that monster, parasite. It's not just microbes, micro-robots. It is the queen of mildew, cobwebs and mucus itself. This is mycelium. All mushrooms are just the tip of the iceberg of a large web, networks of this organism. Mushrooms are only a visible part. Growths of mycelium, this is the tip of the iceberg. The mushrooms that climb to the surface are needed in order to spread the spores that are located under the dome mushroom skirt, which is called a hat. Here's the mildew, all the same. The same hats, turning into a bag with spores. Just like lycoperdon have. And all of them, mushrooms, they have one intellect, one center, queen of mushrooms, the queen fungus. Here are the observations and conclusions of one professor, who studied mobile mildew for about 70 years. He discovered that it is nothing more than a bag of amoebas in the mucosa. They demonstrate a form of intellect. When they are separated, they begin to merge, forming the center of growth. Clusters. Something is moving them, something that collects the distant pieces in a unit and gives them direction, something from which they accumulate and form the body of the mildew fungus, stem and head, with spores. All diseases are mainly mycelium. On Russian, flu is spelled grip, P on the end, and mushroom is spelled grib, B on the end. The letter B in the word grib is changed to make a confusion. Some kind of virus of grip? No, this flu is caused by the infestation of mycelium. It slowly kills, infiltrating and gobbling the flesh. Trees could live hundreds of years. They are immortal. They are not dying of aging. They are being killed by mycelium. Garden trees are being killed by mycelium. They hardly reach the age of 20 years. What you see on the leaves is called black cancer. caries is also a mycelium. Dandruff is a mycelium. Coryza, snot, polyps in the nose, also mycelium. To protect the ears from the fungus, the body secretes sulfur. People even said that if you do not clean your ears, mushrooms will grow in it, so it means that there were cases. Bloating of the stomach is a mildew in the guts. It is also mycelium.
What happened to you? Oh, hi. Joe Clarendon. Call me Beaver.
Rick McCarthy here had a bad night in the woods.
Welcome. Is that frostbite?
Well, I get the same thing from peanuts. It's allergy.
It's a lichen fungus, external manifestation of mycelium in the body of the carrier.
Rick ate some berries in the woods.
Oh no.
You know what I think? I think you need to lie down and take you a little nap.
You know, I bet you're right. Thank you for taking me in. Thank you both.
Mycelium of the intestine constantly forces to eat a lot, inflicting the mind to get the raw materials. She evokes the desire, a hallucination of the images of those products that she wants the carrier to eat, causes hallucination with active salivation. And punishes for disobedience, for conscious refusal, abstinence. Basically, these are products containing animal protein, fatty and delicious, stuffed with hormones and steroids. Sweet, milk-containing products, chocolate, cake, ice cream, bakes and the like, foods on eggs, animal protein.
Давайте поговорим о дрожжах. В пекарной промышленности, чтобы ускорить процесс, используют дрожжи. И эти дрожжи начали использовать у нас еще в 1935 году впервые. Получали их на основе самого дешевого сырья, отбросов хлопка, кукурузных початков старых и целлюлозы. И вывели такой сорт термофильных дрожжей, которые не разрушаются при термической обработке. Они попадают внутрь организма, внедряются в биосферу кишечника, засоряют все ворсинки кишечника. И даже, представляете себе, в Германии в период Первой мировой войны испытывали эти дрожжи как биологическое оружие. И у них был такой проект, который назывался «Маленькая смерть». Больше того, был такой ученый французский с немецкой фамилией Вольф, который провел эксперимент. Он посадил раковую опухоль в пробирку с такими дрожжами, и она стала с огромной скоростью расти. Как только эти дрожжи с этой пробирки убрали, рост опухоли прекратился. То есть понимаете, насколько это вредно. И самое интересное, что это входит в ГОСТ. Так вот, хлеб, испеченный по ГОСТу, он имеет право содержать в себе такие дрожжи.
mycelium has mobile, multi-purpose or highly specialized drones, micro-robots, which are one of her metamorphic forms. One of them is the multi-purpose trichomonas. Trichomonas form spores or carry them to places where the mycelium cannot reach. Trichomonas is a part of the mycelium. It's like coral polyps, producing spores, which become jellyfish, and jellyfish again polyps. Or as amoeba, turning into mushrooms. Here is some information on the internet. Quote, scientists could not recognize that cancer is a mycelium because of its narrow specialization. Some studied chlamydia, others mycoplasma, third trichomonad, and did not understand, not all of course, that these are the 3 stages of development of a single fungus, which by the way were studied by the 4th scientists. These stages are visible on the example of the mud mushroom, called slime mold. It goes through several stages of development. From the spores grow amoeba and flagella. They dance in the mucous mass of the fungus, merge into larger cells with several nuclei, and then they form a classic mushroom on the leg, which vomits the spores when drying up. And everything repeats. End of the quote. Toxoplasmosis and amoebiasis are caused by the omnipresent simple amoebae, which are the moving part of the mycelium. Trichomoniasis, giardiasis, toxoplasmosis, amoebiasis, chlamydiasis, lichen, cancer. Weakened immunity does not oppose them, as well as parasites, helminths. Basically, all the bacteria that cause the disease is a mildew, mycelium, with its varieties of mushroom strains, mutants. The infested say that trees die from old age, that's why they are overgrown by mushrooms, that if it's time for them to die, that it is necessary, that it is normal, like a natural thing. But in fact, the trees become flabby because of the mycelium. It's like a cancer, or rather, this is exactly cancer. cancer with metastasis is an outgrown mycelium. By metastasis, branches, this can be understood.
Жизнь 47-летнего дальнобоя оборвалась и началась заново в октябре 2013 года вместе со страшным диагнозом.
Злокачественная опухоль, рак поджелудочной железы 4 степени. И в тот же день меня сразу выписали из больницы.
Поглядев на метастазы в печени, врачи говорили, осталось месяц-полтора. А дальше биопсия, химиотерапия и жгучее желание – жить. Для начала Владимир перелопатил интернет, нашел много информации о своей болезни и пришел к любопытным выводам.
Рак – это плесень, грибок кандиды. То есть, почему я это сделал вывод? Вот Симончини говорит это. То есть, по тем признакам, которые случились со мной.
Время поджимало, и с мыслью, что хуже уже не будет, Владимир решился на самолечение. Взяв за основу теорию о том, что рак активно развивается в кислой среде ослабленного или стареющего организма. Понизить кислотность и поднять свой pH до стандартных 7 единиц можно с помощью пищевой соды, выяснил Владимир.
Соду надо обязательно пить гашеную. То есть гасится она никакой не кислотой, там ничего, а гасится просто горячей водой. Реакция соды начинается с 60 градусов по Цельсию.
Кружка соды за полчаса до еды по способу доктора Симончини. На завтрак овсяная каша, сдобренная медом и конопляным маслом для повышения иммунитета. На обед 10 капель перекиси водорода, согласно рецепту профессора Неумывакина. И не есть после 6. Спустя неделю такой диеты УЗИ показала, что опухоль у Владимира уменьшилась на 2 мм. А после капельниц с раствором соды, то ли вопреки, то ли благодаря такому стрессу, организм передумал умирать. Через полгода от опухоли осталась лишь оболочка, а метастазы уменьшились в 2 раза. Сегодня Владимир Лузаев здоров. Врачи подтвердили, что опухоль полностью исчезла. Впрочем, медики относятся к этому скептически. Их можно понять, медицина не любит чудес.
Рак излечим. Просто излечим и все. Всю эту информацию показали по телевизору. Вот чем я лечился, всю информацию показали по телевизору. Только никто не верит в это, потому что это настолько все дешево и просто. Поэтому так что руки опускать никогда не надо.
Я думаю, что уже пора начинать общественное движение против существующих методов лечения. Официальная онкология умерла. На уровне философии и науки нельзя продолжать исследования, которые длятся более 100 лет. Это уже не наука, а интеллектуальное мошенничество. Идея о ненормальном делении клетки – это ложная идея. Рак – это не генетическое заболевание.
Тулио Симончини утверждает, что традиционное объяснение природы рака совершенно неправильное. Его исследования показали, что рак – это грибковое заболевание. То есть раковые опухоли вызываются одним из видов плесени. Еще в юности, исследуя мир насекомых, Тулио Симончини был потрясен способностью тропической плесени поражать муравьев. Проникая в голову муравья, грибы плесени убивают его, а затем начинают движение наружу. Из головы мертвого муравья вырастает паразит в виде длинного стебелька, который разбрасывает вокруг себя споры грибов и инфицирует других муравьев. А вот опасность для людей, по словам Тулио Симончини, исходит от другого вида плесени – грибка кандиды, известного как возбудителя молочницы. Этот грибок живет даже в организме здоровых людей. Сильный иммунитет держит кандиду под контролем. Но если организм ослаблен, грибок вызывает злокачественную опухоль.
У каждого живого существа есть гриб-паразит. У растений и насекомых есть свой гриб-киллер. И в организме человека то, что принимают за рак, порождают именно грибы-паразиты.
Феномен грибка кандиды заключается в том, что его очень трудно убить существующими сегодня противогрибковыми препаратами. Кандида быстро мутирует, приспосабливается к лекарствам и даже начинает ими питаться. Но опытным путем выяснилось, что грибки почему-то не выживают в среде бикарбоната натрия. То есть раствор обычной пищевой соды их убивает. Я хочу показать вам, насколько сильно действие бикарбоната. Мне позвонил один турецкий политик, попросил помощи. Смотрите, дата 6 декабря 2010 года на первой фотографии. Сначала ко мне отнеслись скептически, но потом это отношение поменялось. Видите, фотография от 7 декабря. Разница в один день. Смотрите, насколько уменьшилась опухоль. По его словам, нередко для победы над болезнью достаточно одного сеанса промывания опухоли раствором пищевой соды. При тяжелых стадиях обычно хватает 4 сеансов. Среди первых пациентов у меня был 11-летний мальчик с опухолью мозга. Он был в коме. И через несколько часов после применения бикарбоната натрия мальчик проснулся. Окрыленный успехом в лечении мальчика и других пациентов, Симончини представил свои данные итальянскому министерству здравоохранения, надеясь, что они начнут клинические исследования и проверят, как работает метод. Но вместо проверки в средствах массовой информации была организована травля. А затем сеньора Симончини на 3 года посадили в тюрьму за то, что он якобы убивал пациентов. Я думаю, что пока есть всемирный спрут, который управляет мировыми процессами, этот метод на официальном уровне не признают. Несмотря на столетние исследования, рак остается неразгаданным, потому что у кого-то есть потребность убивать людей.
Gangrene. Caries. And even the stones are covered by a black shit infected by a mycelium. Strain of mycelium, which causes gangrene, Clostridia. Here is the description. Clostridium is a genus of gram-positive, obligate, anaerobic bacteria, but in fact it is fungus, capable of producing entospores or simply spores. Clostridium are included, attention, in the part of the norm of the gastrointestinal tract and the female reproductive tract. Go fuck yourself. This is nothing even close to a normal flora in the intestine. It is a pathogenic microflora, a putrefactive environment due to meat eating, that in truth is called corpse eating. This is cadaveric decomposition in the gastrointestinal tract. It leads to the reproduction of Clostridia. They are engaged in the decomposition of dead bodies, in those parts of the body in which the pure blood with immunes or protective cells and oxygen that is transferring the charge ceases to flow. There begin to be developed a decomposing bacteria, fungus, mainly decayed Clostridia. Bacteria of the genus Clostridium produce the strongest known poisons, botulinum toxin, titanus plasmin and others. Melatonin is a soporific hormone, besides the epiphysis and possibly to a greater extent and in a larger proportion than in the epiphysis, it is synthesized in the intestine by the mycelium, pathogenic microflora. Therefore, after eating red spectrum or from the guna of ignorance, there comes sleepiness, fatigue. This is a result of a pathogenic microflora that secretes poisons and microbiotic melatonin and estrogen. The difference between melatonin from the mycelium of the intestine and the epiphysis is in this. Epiphysis synthesizes night melatonin, a cyclic daily tranquilizer. Mycelium of the intestine, while creeping, synthesizes a specific melatonin for the whole day. Causes dopamine disintegration, making the passive state of the victim in a half-asleep stupor. During the whole day, the victim feels reduced physical activity down to the recumbent state. But there are anti-mildew micro-robots, presumably created in ancientry by highly developed ancestry of the human race. It is a bacteria eaters, or bacteriophages, viruses, destroyers of bacteria. Their goal is to fight the mycelium and its bacteria. With this cosmic parasite,
Между бактериями и поражающими их вирусами идет настоящая война, которую мы не видим, не слышим, не замечаем. Каждую секунду бактериофаги по всей Земле уничтожают миллионные колонии бактерий. Встретить этих невидимых бойцов можно повсюду. И в грязной луже около дома, и в стерильных операционных. Сотрудники Института молекулярной генетики снова вышли на охоту. Под метровым слоем льда жизнь бьет ключом. Миллионы невидимых человеческому глазу бактерий, среди которых, возможно, есть и опасные для здоровья. Но исследователей интересуют не они, а то, что представляет огромную опасность для жизни самих бактерий. Это их микроскопические убийцы – фаги.
Где-то 90% всей биомассы Земли составляют бактерии. Для того, чтобы они не могли размножаться бесконтрольно, заполоняя все экологические ниши, так или иначе существуют бактериофаги. Они уничтожают бактерии, не давая им размножаться.
Только клетки бактерий имеют специфические белки на поверхности, которые и распознает бактериофаг. Найдя нужную клетку, вирус как шприц впрыскивает в бактерию свой генетический материал, и новые копии бактериофагов начинают собираться внутри клетки. Чтобы выйти из бактерии, они специальными ферментами разрывают ее мембрану, и клетка умирает. Весь цикл занимает около часа. За это время каждый фаг производит несколько сотен себе подобных. Это рост в геометрической прогрессии. Быстрее на Земле не размножается никто. Это самое эффективное оружие против бактерий.
То, что мы наблюдаем сегодня, это кризис антибиотиков. Патогенные бактерии уже выработали устойчивость почти ко всем антибиотикам. И врачи вспомнили о старом, но давно забытом способе борьбы с инфекцией. Бактериофаги — это вирусы, которые атакуют только бактерии. Это такие самонаводящиеся ракеты точечного действия. Для человеческих клеток абсолютно безопасны.
Первый в мире антибиотик, пенициллин, сегодня уже не используется. Не потому, что он плох. Просто бактерии давно научились с ним уживаться. На смену пенициллину пришло второе поколение антибиотиков. Через некоторое время срочно понадобилось третье. И эти препараты также беспомощны перед бактериями. Сегодня мы лечимся уже четвертым поколением, а медики начинают разговор о необходимости пятого.
Если устойчивость, скажем, к пенициллину, который был разработан в 40-е годы, у бактерий развивалась в течение 20-30 лет, то устойчивость к последнему поколению антибиотиков развивается сейчас в мире за 2, 3, 4 года. И с каждым новым поколением антибиотиков сокращается период, за который бактериальные штаммы вырабатывают в себе способность противостоять антибиотикам.
У каждой бактерии есть свой бактериофаг, и они постоянно адаптируются друг к другу. Сначала бактерия меняет белки. Фаги больше не могут проникать внутрь их клеток, и бактерии увеличивают свою численность. Но проходит время, и фаги, как ключ к замку, подбирают нужный белок к белку бактерии и снова начинают массово разрушать вредные клетки. Это такая гонка вооружений.
Само лечение занимает совсем немного времени. Вот мою рану ночью обработали раствором фага, а утром воспаление уже заметно спало.
В нормальном состоянии, в чистом водоеме, в каждом миллилитре воды находится 2-3 бактерии и где-то 1,5 десятка бактериофагов. Просто так случайно они встретиться не могут. Но, однако, если вдруг происходит благоприятная среда, какая-то грязь, какие-то питательные вещества попадают в эту воду, то бактерии начинают стремительно размножаться. Соответственно, вот эти сторожа этого эволюционного баланса, в конце концов, наталкиваются на такую размножившуюся бактерию и начинают размножаться сами.
Они служат для регуляции численности бактерий, потому что иначе бактерии бы размножались бесконтрольно.
Взаимодействие бактериофага с бактериальной клеткой – это достаточно сложный процесс, когда бактериофаг должен прикрепиться к бактериальной клетке, впрыснуть в нее свою ДНК, потом перестраивается весь метаболизм бактериальной клетки.
Бактерия перестает быть собой. Она перестает питаться, перестает делиться, и все ее механизмы переключаются на то, чтобы обслуживать вирус. То есть фактически бактерия становится фабрикой по производству вирусов, и после этого умирает. И в результате происходит вспышка количественного роста бактериофагов, которые изничтожают бактерии и приводят их к тому балансному состоянию, которое существует в норме в природе. До поры до времени существовал некий баланс. Антибиотики открывались и разрабатывались довольно быстро. Новые виды, новые классы. Но где-то к 90-м годам микробы стали побеждать. И уже в нулевых годах это стало очень и очень серьезной проблемой. Существует несколько историй, когда вновь разработанный антибиотик просто не пускался в производство. Потому что уже даже на стадии разработки и сертификации образовывались штаммы, устойчивые к этому новому антибиотику.
И что и особенно важно, вот эти дорогостоящие антибиотики при использовании дают резистентные формы, то путь к решению этой проблемы – разработка нового антибиотика. То есть вложить еще огромное количество средств надо для того, чтобы вывести на рынок другой продукт, к которому нет пока устойчивости.
Безусловно, жизнь так устроена, что все живое приспосабливается. И когда воздействуют бактериофаги, то наверняка в популяции микроорганизмов, даже чувствительных к этим бактериофагам, найдутся мутантные варианты, которые сформируют пул устойчивых к данному бактериофагу микроорганизмов.
но ничего не бывает постоянно. Бактериофаг тоже совершенствуется. И вплоть до того, что изменения генетики фага наблюдали чуть ли не в реальном времени. За несколько поколений деления микроба, все это в закрытом объеме, фаг совершенствовался так, что он опять начинал убивать этот возникший фагоустойчивый штамм. Бактериофаг можно найти быстрее, чем разработать новый антибиотик. Для применения в сельском хозяйстве не требует столь высокой степени очистки фаговых препаратов, как для человеческой медицины. И в этом плане фаготерапия в сельском хозяйстве – это весьма перспективное направление.
Использование антибиотиков имеет ряд ограничений. Что касается использования антибиотиков в борьбе с болезнями растений, то эти ограничения заключаются в том, что нельзя использовать антибиотики медицинского назначения, потому что, попадая в природу, они могут вызвать резистентность, и в этом случае дальнейшее использование этих антибиотиков как средств борьбы с болезнями человека потеряет свою эффективность.
Здесь у бактериофагов даже, в общем, существенная фора, я бы сказал, по отношению к антибиотикам. Почему? Потому что они нигде не накапливаются. Это чисто биологический объект, который биоразложим. То есть он сработал, не нашел себе очередной цели, и все, там солнышко посветило, ультрафиолет этот бактериофаг уничтожит. То есть не происходит накопление этих бактериофагов, как антибиотиков, в почве или в воде.
И если говорить о ситуации последних лет, то наибольшая вредоносность в ряде случаев проявляют именно бактериозы. Ожог плодовых, черная ножка картофеля, кольцевая гниль картофеля, слизистые и сосудистые бактериозы капусты. Это болезни, против которых очень сложно найти эффективные меры защиты. Потому что зарегистрированные химические средства защиты растений, они эффективны против грибов и крайне малоэффективны против бактерий. Бактериофаги абсолютно безвредны для человека. То есть если этот бактериофаг специфичен к возбудителю болезней растений, то никакой опасности для человека он не представляет. Поэтому никаких ограничений в хранении, приобретении, использовании не может быть. То есть биологически это совершенно безопасный продукт. Поэтому может быть использован даже в самых небольших хозяйствах, он может использоваться и в личном приусадебных хозяйствах, он не требует какой-либо серьезных мер предосторожности. В этом смысле это, конечно, перспективный продукт для использования населения.
В этом отделении военного госпиталя в Горе лежат пациенты с кишечными инфекциями, ожоговыми ранами и остеомиелитами. Все, кому антибиотики не помогают. Последняя надежда для них – бактериофаги и доктор Гурам Гвасалия.
Мы занимаемся этим вопросом более 30 лет. Мы применяли в клинике и при раневой инфекции мягких тканей, при остеомиелитах. И довольно такой значимый опыт мы имеем применения бактериофагов при боевых повреждениях, в особенности минно-взрывных повреждениях мягких тканей.
Во время Абхазской войны в начале 90-х доктор Гвасалия разработал фаговый препарат для полевого применения. Солдат мог опрыскивать рану прямо на поле боя спреем из флакончика. Действовало безотказно. Препарат убивал бактерии, предотвращая заражение. На Западе их просто боятся использовать, поэтому они до сих пор не стали массовым лекарством. Но в Грузии врачи еще со времен Илиавы знают, как заставить фага работать на себя. Для этого у Альфреда берут образец культуры бактерий, и в него вводят несколько фагов из коллекции Института Илиавы. В ней больше 500 различных штаммов. Всего за одну ночь на чашке становится видно, какие фаги убивают бациллы, а какие нет. На этих чашках бактериальная среда взята из раны Альфреда. Прозрачные кружки – это места, где фаги уничтожили микробов. Фагов-победителей снова помещают в чашки с бактериями, и эту процедуру повторяют иногда десятки раз.
Это похоже на дрессировку. Так выбирают фага, наиболее активного против данного вида бактерий. Но процесс занимает слишком много времени.
Грузинский военный госпиталь пока единственное место в мире, где готовят персональные фаговые коктейли. Это эхо советских традиций.
Такого масштаба применения бактериофагов, как в Советском Союзе, нигде не было.
В Советском Союзе фагов производили на конвейере, так же как антибиотики.
В таком виде бактериофаги продаются в аптеке.
В России 2010-го их по-прежнему используют в больницах. Проблема в том, что сегодня никто их не подбирает индивидуально для каждого пациента, как в Грузии подбирали для Альфреда.
Из привезенных в лабораторию проб исследователи выделяют новых, пока никем не изученных фагов. Чтобы проверить, насколько они эффективны или, другими словами, агрессивны, исследователи готовят бульон из бактерий. В жидкость, кишащую микробами, они добавляют выделенный фаг. Уже через несколько часов будет ясно, понравилось ли ему предложенное блюдо.
Ну вот, как видно, всего за пару часов наш бактериофаг разрушил первоначальный бульон бактерий, и клетки все разрушены, и растворчик стал прозрачным.
Вместо мутного бульона – прозрачная жидкость, в которой плавают обломки некогда живых клеток. Фаги разрушили бактерии и при этом в миллионы раз увеличили свое собственное количество. Несколько пробирок и термосумка. Вот и все, что нужно для собирания фагов.
Rust is also a mushroom. Metal is not destroyed by the atmospheric oxygen. Here are pictures of this mycelium, which is eating metal, damaging and destroying equipment. Look closely at the characteristic swelling. Even in appearance, it looks like lichen on the metal, but not some kind of oxidation processes. On the surface of the metal appears tumors, lumps. This monster destroys technology, vehicles, equipment. Destroy ships and marine transport. On the skin infected by a lichen, on the leaves, on the metal, are the same contrast, compacted framework. If you still did not understand, the world is captured by the cosmic mildew. All varieties of mushrooms are part of one mildew, as well as dust, with flying spores in the air.
У этих гигантских муравьев появились тревожные симптомы. Споры паразитирующего гриба под названием кордицепс проникли в их тела и головы. Зараженный мозг велит этому муравью карабкаться вверх. Потеряв ориентацию, муравей обхватывает стебель своими жвалами. Зараженных спорами муравьев находят рабочие и быстро уносят подальше от колонии. Оно растет около 3 недель, после чего на конце его начинают лопаться смертоносные споры. И тогда любой муравей, оказавшийся поблизости, может заразиться ими и погибнуть. Этот гриб настолько опасен, что может уничтожить целую колонию муравьев, и жертвами этого убийцы становятся не только муравьи. Существует тысячи видов кордицепсов.
This cunning scum, for example, vapor lichen, creates a film that does not let the ultraviolet rays to penetrate it. Mycelium kills ultraviolet. Favorable for her is dampness and darkness. Ultraviolet spectrum of light kills mycelium, as a quartz lamps do. Mildew benefits from dusk and high humidity when the sky is overcast, when it's damp and dark. At this time, wood, metals, food supplies. All this is actively rotting. In Tajikistan in the Ignop Valley, it is believed that the mushrooms are the heavenly lice that fell to the earth, which the Great Mother shook out of her gown on the ground. Foremother of all women. They told us this, unacceptable to all language. Many peoples who have preserved the memory of ancientry remember that this is a biological weapon. Mushrooms is a taboo to eat. Even in Vedic cuisine, mushrooms are referred to the guna of ignorance. The old man said that the abundance of mushrooms in the forest is a sign of a close scourge. This means that there was a favorable environment for mycelium, and it means that the air of the area is poisoned by spores. Because mycelium pierces the soil and forest, hangs in dusty air, cobwebs, mildew spores, cancerous tumors in the trees are only the visible part of her, the sprouts outside. That's what's under the bark. The same fungals and mushrooms that people eat are the superficial part of the mycelium, which is an illness, a parasite, killer of the forest. Here's what on the leaves. in the soil. On the stones. In the houses. Trees remain alive until they are able to resist fungus, mildew, and insects, which drill its bark and structure. For this, the tree releases protective substances, phytoncides, fungicides, chitinase. But when a tree can no longer resist, mildew determines when the tree should die. Since the tree is infected with the mycelium, it is a cancer that has penetrated and grown into the very heart. Even nuts are infected. Forest animals and squirrels know this and gnaw out a moldy infected core from a nut for storage for the winter. Otherwise the stalk will rot from within. The same thing is found in apples. How did the mildew of mycelium penetrated it? Apples grew on an infected tree. The mycelium captures the cellular species and mimics it. It is spreaded by this type of cells as tentacles, tumor sprouts, metastasis. In this way, the director or screenwriter of the film, The Thing, in 1982, showed a picture in the style of realism, not fantastic at all. Well, this is felt in this film. Science fiction can be of two kinds. The first is a forbidden reality, and second is useless deliriums of people that are sick with the mycelium. She does this nonsense to drown the seeds of truth in the web of mold, the pseudo-variety of disinformation options. That's how she grows her body using the tree cells, which people call the wooden mushrooms. They seems like they made of wood. That's how she crawls with her body from mimicry of wood cells. The same thing she does in the bodies of animals and humans. This is called a cancerous tumor. I have an assumption about some cosmic mimicry, just like in the same movie, The Thing from '82 year. In cosmic realms, she tries to get different types of DNA, cell types, to reproduce and become forms of species of creatures. To invade, capture and parasitize. This is such a way of life. Making from the world of beings, a captured colony, a farm on which she eats them alive. This is called diseases, aging, death. But in fact, it's a corrosion and other types of fungus. I suppose that one day mankind encountered this being. And as a result of the war and degradation, combining the genetics of the proto-human race with this mushroom creature, appeared modern humans and animals. But these proto-humans, did they have two genders, with women? Or they were same gender, in other words, genderless, and reproduced exclusively by cloning, splitting off? It is difficult to say now, too little data to confirm. To oppress and blame modern women about all of this makes no sense. It makes sense to monitor your cleanliness, but if you still think that not everything is so clear about the women, then it's enough not to eat food that she cooked, to avoid getting pheromones through her hands, and not to have sex for no reason, only to continue the genus and create children, and not forget that they must get best education and given every possible knowledge, without any doubts. There is such a version, that women are a separate species, independent in terms of reproduction from men. They can reproduce without them. This is a well-known fact. Official science knows about it. This is called parthenogenesis. When a woman becomes pregnant without a man and even without male sperm, the female's egg begins to grow, as a result of a mechanical puncture by the bacterium, from the so-called normal flora, for example, by Trichomonas or another flagellar bacterium. Let me remind you that sperm is also a flagellar bacterium. In case of successful parthenogenesis, the egg does not use an additional male Y chromosome, but divide the female X chromosome. Appears a copy of the mother. In other words, an intrauterine clone of a female is obtained, like this. Conclusion: a woman is a self-sufficient biological species, and not just gender. In the early stages of female incubation, the grown body begins to grow from the female template, no matter if it is woman or it is man. This is all known in modern science too. The gender of the child in the early stages is always female. It turns out that a male is a modification of an intrauterine clone of a woman. And what do you think? Why does a man need nipples on his chest? This is the remainder of the original female template.
Маскулинизация, возникновение наружных половых органов и превращение женской гениталии в мужские. Кроме того, начинаются другие процессы, которые препятствуют формированию внутренних женских половых органов: матки, верхней части влагалища и фаллопиевых труб.
Let's talk a little about the moon. As already mentioned, the mycelium is coordinated by a remote center, perhaps to control the mildew at large distances and areas. Fungal queen needs special devices to amplify the signal, or even a powerful computer, an extra brain for processing. Such a computer with a network of signal repeaters of this creature can be on the moon, this would be the most profitable position. The moon is always turned to the ground by one side. Many people know that the phases of the moon directly affect the health, vitality, and the activity of pathogenic microorganisms. With a full moon there may be headaches, overactive of the mildew. In many lunar calendars, including the experience of ancestries, it is not advisable to begin construction in the full moon. Explaining this by the fact that such a structure will rot, rust. In other words, it will be very bad. And the most favorable days are when the moon is in the outgoing phase, when only the edge is shining, a narrow sickle. Many observers, ufologists, say about and show us the high activity of flying ships, plates near the surface of the moon. They say that the moon is inhabited, that it is the control point of the invaders, known under the name Greys, from sketches and documentary photographs.
Какая функция у Луны? Ну там перевалочная база у твари, и они сейчас там все пустотелые там. А по некоторым говорят, вообще это искусственный объект, как их космический корабль. Она пустотелая там, и там всех, вот, очень многих воруют туда, вывозят. Вон есть фотографии, видели, там мистер Шмидт нашли в кратере, мужика в джинсах там нашли, сбежал, потому что в некоторых местах там даже без скафандра можно какое-то время существовать. То есть на дне кратеров существует искусственная атмосфера, где можно там вырваться оттуда из-под земли, там, с лабораторий. Все это он фотографируется. Такая фантастика. Все американцы, которые там летали, все, они же там все это видели, все. Открытым текстом передавали. Как не было? Да, ну, ерунда. Это детские люди.
Ну что это голливудский фильм, потому что там американцы.
Да реальные съемки, они просто не могут показать. Вы поймите, они прилетали, да, были там действительно, но там все, они открытым текстом говорят, по ту сторону кратера космические корабли, а то проболтались там. Прилетают на Землю, а что ж теперь говорить? И уже отчет снимают в Голливуде, это понятно. Они там были. А отчет какой-то ж нужно показать. Да. А есть радиосвязи, которые перехвачены, есть там и кадры, там все это понятно, что они там были, видели. Им пендаля дали оттуда, и все, они больше туда.
Постоянно же говорят, что не все снимки Луны показывают, а только те, которые
конечно. Да любой астроном скажет, что Луна обитаемая, там постоянно движение происходит, огни, там перемещения, тени движутся. Это любой астроном вам скажет.
Бинокль видишь, говорили.
А что там на Луне? Вирусная лаборатория, что ли?
Ну, не только лаборатория. Насколько известно, как говорится, на данный момент, Луна – это замкнутый мир с разрушенными, большим количеством разрушенных городов на поверхности, с огромным количеством разрушенных инфраструктур, домов, зданий. Огромное количество объедков людей валяется везде. Детские кроссовки, обрывки джинсов, детские коляски. Вещи людей, кости. Значит, корпус Луны сделан из хрома, ванадиева, бериллиевого сплава. Толщина оболочки Луны 70 километров. Внутри Луны находятся переборки, хозяйственные помещения, искусственные горы, деревья. И если вы, например, получите данные Хьюстона, американской лаборатории, которая анализировала спектрографические данные сейсмографов, которые были установлены на Луне, и обработаете их на компьютере, то вы получите эти данные, о которых я вам говорю. Если вы получите рассекреченные данные, снимки, те, которые получили Аполлон, то вы увидите там и детские пинеточки, Ну, если увеличение большое сделаете.
88 тысяч дисков хранится у нас.
Да. Эти данные 88 тысяч дисков на данный момент перенесенные на лазерные носители. А на фотопластинках и так далее, ну, естественно, это были миллионы снимков.
88 тысяч на дисках?
Да. Дело в том, что, понимаете, то, что нам показывали, как они там прыгают по Луне, то, что они там, там смеются, кричат, там радуются, флаг колеблется у них там. Вот. То есть все эти вещи – это подтасовка НАСА, это подтасовка Голливуда. На самом деле американцы были на Луне, но они это тщательнейшим образом скрывают.
They still are filming their reports in swimming pools and studios. Their supposedly space studio are inside the pools.
In a time of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. Despite the advanced technologies of multi-layered, computer-generated images, NASA is still unable to remove bubbles in space. Bubbles in space. This summer, get ready for the revelation so unbelievable that only the most observant, perceptive, unbiased will figure it out. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles in space. Bubbles in Space starts today at theaters everywhere.
They show people a fake movie about space because they do not want to disclose the real truth that so-called world government collaborates with alien invaders, hide their presence, and the fact that the near-Earth space is completely under control.
Договор международного правительства с инопланетным правительством, по которому, значит, международное правительство обязуется держать в секрете присутствие инопланетян на Земле, разрешает инопланетянам проводить эксперименты на людях, то есть воровать людей, и с помощью людей добывать им полезные ископаемые. Есть такое понятие, как безубойная диета. Просто нравственность не позволяет убивать другого существа ради чревоугодия. Потому что если мы позволяем себя охотиться и убивать других существ ради чревоугодия, тогда по правилам причинно-следственной связи кто-то имеет право на нас охотиться. Как ударишь, так и получишь. Что посеешь, то и пожнешь. Так же. Поэтому к нам прилетают инопланетяне, видели «Хищник» фильм, за нами охотятся. А на самом деле в жизни еще страшнее. Нас едят и сейчас едят. То есть власть принадлежит вампирам. Нужно вам это объяснять, что это такое? Они имеют право. Почему? Почему боги дозволяют? Потому что мы позволяем себе убивать других существ. Также мы там свинью завели, Маша, Маша, там переводят, да, подросла, пик ее. Вот так и с нами поступают.
Aliens. I should have known. You see, everyone within the inner circle knows that the U.S. government has had a treaty with the extraterrestrials ever since Roswell.
We don't have time for this conspiracy theory bullshit.
Well, powers to be turn a blind eye to them abducting civilians and doing whatever the hell it is they do with them. And in turn, we get to run around down here as if we own the place. It's a basic, simple agreement with one cardinal rule. Do not engage.
Now I don't know what to think.
Well, it doesn't look like Coyote's record. It's too perfect, too clean.
This keeps up, I'm not gonna survive the season.
I'm gonna get animal control down here and get this cleared up, okay? You take care. I'm over here at the Reisman farm. We've got another animal mutilation, same as the others.
Copy that, Sheriff.
That's the last of them.
Good. Do we know anything yet?
Intel's still coming in, but it looks like the storm caused the crash. Like the one last year in Portugal.
Fatalities?
Fairly minimal. Stories are already being prepared. What should we do with the bodies?
Same thing we always do.
Mobile teams of rapid response are directed to eliminate debris in the remains of an aircraft crash. Eliminate living people, witnesses and participants. Return to aliens their wounded and injured.
Челябинский метеорит снова в центре внимания, но уже не он сам, а то, что угодило в небесного странника. Кадры любительской съемки сейчас пристально анализируют в увеличении и замедлении. Сейчас увидите, что так удивило весь мир. Какой-то объект подлетает к метеориту, как говорится, с тыла, прошибает его насквозь, заметны даже осколки болида, отлетевшие после попадания. Понять, что это такое, не может сейчас никто. В США пишут о секретном оружии русских. Любители порассуждать о внеземном разуме уверены, метеорит был протаранен НЛО. Собственно, после этого и произошел тот самый взрыв, от которого по всему Челябинску выбило стекла в домах.
Боевая техника и 5 сотен десантников высадились этой ночью в Челябинске по приказу министра обороны. Батальон ВДВ направляется в Чебаркуль. Там пройдут масштабные учения, и эти учения внеплановые. Выгрузка личного состава и техники на аэродроме Шагол закончилась сегодня ночью. Военно-транспортные самолеты Ил-76 стали прибывать в Челябинск около 6 часов вечера. Всего прилетело 20 бортов. В них более 500 единиц личного состава и 60 единиц боевой техники. Батальон был поднят по боевой тревоге в 4 часа утра, совершил погрузку в городе Иваново и вылетел в Челябинск. Еще днем о задачах предстоящих учений, о том, что они пройдут в Чебаркуле, не было известно. В этом и заключается смысл за максимально короткое время полным составом оказаться в месте предполагаемых военных действий. Учения объявлены министром обороны Российской Федерации и, как сообщается, с падением метеорита никак не связаны.
I suppose that many species of creatures and their colonies have been infected and altered. Such species as the lizards, reptiles, insects, mollusks, as well as the original proto-humans, all once faced this fungal creature that mimicries genotypes, a predatory creature, and in such a mutilated and altered form they are known to us as hostile, extraterrestrial aliens. Typical gray ones, described by witnesses, victims, ufologists, conspiracy specialists, and religion pastors. We can see the connection of parasites, helminths, with fungals and mildew. Insects and mushrooms has a chitinous membrane of the cell wall.
What do you want?
The men call the red stuff Ripley, after the broad in the alien movies. We're eradicating the animals as they flee the blue zone.
And the populace?
We're bringing the civilians here to Goslings. We'll detain them until we can figure this out. And Owen, Not nearly enough for a serious incursion. My guess is it's a crash landing. They never picked terrain like this before, or cold weather.
What's your call?
The biggest threat is them getting out of our net. Crash landing or not, I guarantee they're gonna try to get out and spread the infection.
I always say they never visited a world they wouldn't rather own. They're up to their old tricks, using the standard gray boy look with the innocent doggy eyes, smooth baby butt skin. They project what they think we want to see. But I've had a look at the real thing, and believe me, Bucko, you wouldn't want it marrying your sister.
In nature, we can see that among insects and reptiles there are peaceful, vegetable and solar-eating creatures. Thus, it is impossible to unequivocally attribute the entire class of reptiles, lizards and insects to hostile ones. Originally a species of cosmic reptilian lizards, are reasonable and kind. They were independent, autotrophic, non-predatory creatures. They simply have such a design of physical suits, because the body is just a temporary shell. It's great that there is a variation of species, something that is different from the usual, not always an enemy. And insectoids, for example, have a powerful external plate armor. In other words, the bones are located outside. It is reasonable, a well-founded structure, fortified, for living in a rude physical world. They do not need extra clothes. Their bodies are protected from damage. And for example, reptilian and lizards, there is a skeleton frame inside the body. The skin is strengthened with additional armor. The main thing is not how the creature looks. It's important to understand the essence. What are his principles of life and interaction? Tolerance is not the same. Tolerance is a term to legalize parasites and genocide. The female of Mantis eats the head of the male alive while breeding. While he is in hormonal, endorphinal, morphinal, analgesic ecstasy. Principles of its attractiveness are based on enslavement and control, pheromonal, hormonal, on the principles of hidden and open usage. There are frankly toothy creatures, which do not use mimicry to attack and kill. Or maybe they use? And in the end, small notes. Also mycelium is killed by soda, sodium, chlorine, cleaners with chlorine, salt. She do not like zinc as well. Look for ways to fight with mycelium, and then you will learn and understand a lot of new and interesting things about the nature of death, from what die, immortal trees, animals, immortal humans,